Our efficiency in performance in any aspect of life is greatly influenced by our mind factor, our mood, or our mindset. This is more relevant in the field of sports and games. We know that performance in sports depends mainly on three factors. Number one, the physical abilities like stamina, strength, etc. Number two, the knowledge and skill about the game. That is very important. Lot of practice is being done in this aspect. And number three, and I consider the most important, is the mindset aspect of a person, of a sports person. The attitude, the mood. This is very, very critical in the performance in the field of sports and games. We have seen lot of sportsmen having problem with the mindset. Even though mind aspect is very important in the performance of sports, we do not give enough attention and importance to this aspect, to this reality. We have seen different categories of sports persons. Some players are frequently performing below their potential in competitions. We have seen that. Some are performing badly against certain opponents or even certain days. But we know that there is another category who perform better than the expected level, even better than highly seeded or better players. We have seen many such players also. What do we conclude from these categories of sports persons? The reason is the mindset is the critical aspect influencing the performance of sports persons in competitions. So usually what happens when a sports person is not performing up to the level in a very important competition? Usually we attribute reasons to mind related factors, mood factors. We will say that he was not mentally hungry to win, he was not in good mood, or he was not focused. Even we say he could not recover from the initial setback. See, we attribute reasons to the mind factors, indicating that mind factor is the most important factor influenced the performance. This is an indirect admission of the importance of the mind factor. But the important question is how much time and efforts we are dedicating for mind related training. This is a very relevant question. If a sports person or a player is practicing about 100 hours in a month, not even 1% of the time they are dedicating to mind related training. We know that, we just seen that mind factor is the most important factor, but even 1% of the time we are not dedicating for mind related training. Today we are examining this aspect in detail. We have seen at the national and international level competition, the physical abilities of the participants or competitors are by and large similar. So what is the difference? The difference is the mindset factor, the attitude factor. Famous positive psychologist Martin Seligman conducted many studies in this aspect, and he found that other things being equal, sports persons having optimistic mindset are likely to win frequently compared to pessimists. So very important point. Another finding is that other things being equal, optimists are able to perform better than the usual expected level of performance. And these findings are very, very relevant nowadays. It was also found that sportsmen having optimistic mindset perform even better than expected level, and even they are able to recover fast from initial setbacks. The difficulty of recovering from initial setback is very common. Therefore, the mindset aspect is the most critical aspect we have to pay attention to. In this context, one example of an American swimmer is very, very relevant. Matt Biondi. He was very famous American swimmer. Biondi participated in Seoul Olympics 1988 with a lot of expectations. There was lot of media hype, and the whole country was thrilled to see his performance in the Olympics, and it was widely propagated that he will win gold medals in all 7 events. But what happened? Unfortunately, he won only bronze and silver in the first 2 events. This was a terrible setback for him. There was a lot of criticism against his performance. Everyone thought that it would be difficult for him to recover from this setback, terrible setback. But Biondi was well trained to be optimistic, and he continued all out practice for the next 100-yard butterfly event. During practice, when he was trying vigorously, he covered the distance in 50.2 seconds, but the coach said he took 51.7 seconds. But it only prompted him to try more, and he practiced all out with all out efforts and commitment, and recorded a record timing of 50 seconds. Finally, in the remaining events, he won 5 gold medals in 5 events, fully recovering from the initial setback. Here, the critical factor in recovery from the initial setback and performance is the mindset training he had. He was trained to be optimist, and which helped him to recover from the initial setback. Another encouraging finding of Seligman is that pessimists can be trained to become optimists. This is a very encouraging finding and relevant for many of the sports persons. Due to the critical impact of mindset in sports performance, this aspect attracted attention of many scientists, and a lot of studies have been conducted in this field. As a result of it, a new science of peak performance has been evolved in the recent past. It is found from various studies that in the case of elite sports persons, that means who are able to consistently perform at peak level, their state of mind, their body and their brain are in a unique state of coherence. This unique state of the mind facilitates peak performance beyond the level of normal expectations. Different scientists call this state of mind with different names. Once this state of mind is achieved, the peak performance is a flow, and the level of creativity and energy will be very high. Such players will be focused in the game fully to achieve the goal, and this is automatic flow of performance. Many such players report that they have developed a unique faculty of intuition and have an voice in their mind which clearly tells what to do with the clarity leading to peak performance. In this state, the performance happens automatically without the thought process without any confusion. Some persons naturally have this ability, this mindset, who are able to perform at peak level very frequently. One important thing coming in the way of peak performance is their image created limitations. Many players have this problem of inferior self-image created by the subconscious mind, which reflects in their performance. Being product of subconscious mind, normal suggestions will not help. Image problem is very severe among many sports persons. So we have seen that many better skilled players, better ranked players frequently get defeated by less skilled or ranked players because of this self-image problem. This self-image problem is not within the awareness of our conscious mind. Usually what happens, coaches adopt an approach of analyzing the reasons or problems and suggest various methods, remedial measures. But studies have found that this approach, analysis cum suggestion method or approach, cannot solve the subconscious mind related problems, because the poor image, self-image, is a product of our subconscious mind program. So with proper training, we can address this problem, we can reprogram the subconscious mind and resolve the image problem. Once proper training is given to reprogram their subconscious mind, they will be able to remain focused on the game with a high esteem and a sense of mental superiority and win the competitions very frequently. In order to improve the performance in competitions, there are many short-term training programs which can be imparted maybe few days before the tournament or competition, maybe few weeks before the competition. Programs like training in visualization technique, very effective, can be given to the players few days or weeks before the actual competition. Autogenic suggestion techniques are found to be very effective. There are certain methods like chanting certain mantras to remain focused in the game. Such training can be given to the players or sports person before the sports event, few days before the sports event, which will help them to remain focused in the game and improve their mindset and excel in the performance, excel in competitions. Those sports persons who aspire to bring laurels to the country should be aware of the importance of the mind factor, and the best performance of many of them are yet to come out due to the mind related problems. So it is scientifically proved that with the proper training and practice, sports persons can develop a proper mindset and bring out their best performance in sports and games.